There are secrets that only those chosen by God can understand. Revealing them could put your journey at risk. Today, I'm going to share something profound. The 3 things you should never reveal if you are chosen. Pay close attention because this message could change your life. My name is Sister Amelia, and throughout my walk with God, I've learned that being chosen means carrying a special purpose, but it's also a burden of wisdom. There are truths that must be kept, and that's what we'll talk about today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Comment, "I'm new here," and subscribe to the channel to receive daily messages. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for visiting the channel again. Silence is the protection of God's secrets in your life. Have you ever felt that there's something special about your life, something God placed in your heart, but at the same time, realize that not everyone around you understands or supports it? That feeling isn't a coincidence. God handpicks those who will carry a unique purpose, but with that choice comes the responsibility to keep certain secrets. When we reveal too much, we risk exposing what should remain protected. Imagine Joseph, the dreamer from the Bible. He shared with his brothers the dreams God had given him, dreams of greatness and leadership. And what happened? They envied him, rejected him, and even sold him into slavery. While God's purpose was fulfilled in his life, the path was filled with pain that might have been avoided. Joseph teaches us that not all revelations need to be shared with everyone, especially with those who don't understand God's vision. Have you ever trusted someone with something important only to be doubted or even sabotaged? That's the trap of sharing what God has placed in your heart before the right time. Silence, in many cases, is the greatest ally of the chosen ones. When you keep in your heart what God has revealed to you, you protect your journey from unnecessary criticism and the enemy's attacks. Silence isn't just protection from ill-intentioned people. It's also an act of faith. When you choose not to speak, you're telling God, "I trust you to take care of this in your timing." Many believe they need to share everything to feel validated, but the only validation that matters comes from the Lord, not from men. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm 37 verse 5. The vision God has given you is like a seed. If you expose it to the wrong soil, it might not grow or could be choked by thorns. But when you plant it in silence and nurture it with prayer, it will sprout, grow, and bear fruit in the right time. Those chosen by God understand that secrets are watered by silence and faith. Have you ever wondered why Jesus often told his disciples not to tell anyone about the miracles they had witnessed? He knew the timing of each revelation had to be perfect. Sharing something before its time can bring confusion, opposition, and even hinder the purpose. If Jesus himself was wise in keeping certain moments hidden, how much more should we be careful? If you feel that God has placed a great purpose in your life, write in the comments, "I trust God's timing." By doing this, you're declaring your faith and commitment to protecting what He has for you. Every word spoken has power, and words of faith strengthen our walk. Now let's dive deeper. Your spiritual battles. When you share your struggles with the wrong people, you open yourself to judgment and even give the enemy information to use against you. Spiritual battles are fought in secret, in the place where only you and God are. He is the only one who can strengthen you in those moments. There are times when it feels like the whole world is against us, when challenges are so overwhelming that we want to vent to anyone. But remember, not everyone will understand your pain, and many might even use it against you. God is your refuge, your fortress in times of trouble. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Nahum 1 verse 7. How many times have you shared a difficulty only to hear words that discouraged you even more? That's why we need to be selective. Not everyone is prepared to hear about the battles of a chosen one. Some people are like Job's friends, who, instead of offering comfort, brought doubt and more suffering. Have you ever felt that talking about your difficulties only made them worse? That happens because by verbalizing our problems to the wrong people, we give the enemy power to act in our lives. Instead, take your battles directly to God. He hears, He understands, and He responds at the right time. If you're facing a struggle right now, I want you to pause for a moment and pray with me. Lord, strengthen me in my battles and hide me in your shelter. I trust in you. This simple but faith-filled prayer is what you need to stay strong on your journey. Beyond battles and visions, there's another secret that must be guarded. The purpose God has placed in your life. This purpose is unique, precious, and tailor-made for you. It's the reason you were chosen. But remember, the enemy will do everything to stop you from fulfilling it. That's why you must guard it in your heart and let God work. God's purpose for your life may seem impossible to human eyes, but remember, He chooses the unlikely to achieve the impossible. When you keep the purpose in your heart and act in faith, God will open the way. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Trust those plans and don't let anyone lead you astray. Have you ever shared a dream or plan with someone and felt like they didn't believe in you? That's one of the reasons why purposes must be guarded. Often, the people we love the most are the ones who doubt our abilities simply because they can't see what God sees in us. So today, I want to encourage you. Guard your vision, your battles, and your purpose. These are God's gifts to you, and the world isn't always ready to understand them. Write in the comments, I am chosen by God. Let's declare this truth together and remain steadfast in our walk of faith. God's chosen ones, remember, not everything needs to be said. Keep your visions, your battles, and your purposes. God will take care of the rest. If this message spoke to your heart, like this video, share with at least 3 people who need to hear this truth and leave in the comments, I will keep my secrets in God. Silence isn't weakness, it's divine wisdom. Before you leave, check out more messages on the screen. One of them might be the answer you've been asking God for. May God bless your journey.